Is there any kind of mute on here?
Yeah, there should be up the
at the very top. You'll see a microphone with a line through it. You could just hit that if you want to mute yourself.
Just saying, yeah. I got 3 teenagers, and like my boys just randomly like they have Tourette's. It's just always talking about their balls and stuff like that. So you gotta, you know.
Interesting household.
That happens a lot in this show. He's got someone interrupting during the show, so it's nothing new.
It'll also show an icon.
All right, so welcome everyone to the net. We want to welcome you, and hope everyone's doing good out there. So what's up, guys?
What's up?
Yo, much drooling at Jay Remy's Battle Cat statue.
Yeah, checking out his Battle Cat.
Yo, hold on. This is DJ Remy?
Yes. What's up?
Oh, what's up, buddy?
I figure I'd get on the show and say what's up to you guys before we all met up at the MegaCon.
Oh, awesome. You're going? That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because I live in Florida, too, right here in St. Augustine.
I don't know why I thought you lived in Britain for some reason.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Welcome.
Appreciate it.
Been a big supporter of the show.
Yeah, you guys cracked me up, man.
He was showing the Battle Cat, which not only looks awesome, but it's gigantic. So
the paint looks
there it is.
Holy shit, nice.
The paint looks so much better in the picture too, on the PCS.
Mm-hmm.
And that He-Man is huge. I'm telling you, they're both massive. I mean, they're, his head.
Oh, that is big. That is crazy.
I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I should actually, if I could do it.
But that for
any
yeah,
for any He-Man fan, ultimate.
I think you're breaking up a little bit, Lou.
We lost Lou.
What?
Still there? Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
That's why I can't wait till I get back in a few weeks, because I should be back in May because my dad's moving up here. But I hate using this slow-ass laptop. I want to get back on my computer so bad.
So is Kelsey and her boyfriend going to show up to MegaCon with you guys?
Kelsey? Who's Kelsey?
Remember Omar?
Oh,
on his girlfriend's computer last week. It showed up as Kelsey. We all call him Kelsey.
I don't know if he's gonna come down for a con.
Maybe he's got like a booth so he can sell all his statues.
Actually, a bad idea, but it's just that the booths at cons. I don't know about this con, but I know the booths are ridiculous price per day for them.
What did you guys think about this Terminator maquette? I know they leaked.
I like that thing, man.
That thing looks amazing.
The one with the eyeball.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
I didn't know who made it. That was awesome.
It's Sideshow, I think, right?
Oh, yeah, Sideshow. I'm trying to look for the.
Is that like I know they're calling their art print a Mythos, but is that supposed to be like the new Mythos line now?
I think it's like a Mythos Terminator line. Oh, here, I find it.
It looked really cool.
Like that, man.
I was like, I'm not even a Terminator person.
Me neither.
I was like, started doing like the Mr. Burns. Excellent.
You guys see it?
Yeah.
That looks awesome. I like her arm.
Yeah,
that looks pretty damn dope.
Pretty cool.
I gotta be the devil's advocate. I don't like it.
No?
You know why? Because I think it's just a female version of the Marcus Wright one.
Okay.
Like
I could
holding
see
the head.
that.
Yeah, same gun. Actually, almost just without the trench coat. Like the silhouettes. I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I guess they'll be up for pre-order soon. It's a picture leaked or something.
Where do you find the leaked pictures?
But I just didn't understand why they just didn't do a TX if they were going to do a female.
I'm not sure. I think people just post them, and I'm in a bunch of statue groups, so they're bound to people just post them. But I'm not sure where they get them. But I don't see them in the sideshow website, so I don't know how to get them.
Yeah, I know.
The price sideshow's not the one making them.
Gem Mint wanted a live pre-ordering of Daredevil, and everyone in the group was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna."
Man, I want to do it. I really want that Daredevil, but it's still to be determined. I don't know. I'm not in a rush to pre-order when that happens.
Okay, so I didn't know this.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, I didn't know the masks were different.
Yeah, this exclusive. It's like more of a classic.
Right.
I just thought it was the visible flesh part.
Yeah.
I like that statue. It's nice.
I don't know, man. I dig everything about it. I just don't like it has a lot of black. I don't know.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, me too. When there's so much red, I feel like it's too much for me.
You know that Iron Studios is going to come out with a Daredevil now too.
I heard that.
It's going to be like a classier version.
It's going to be a classic version, yeah.
To go with that Punisher.
Just reminds me a lot of like the TV show. That's a good thing because I love the TV show, but it have a more modern costume that looks similar to it. I mean, I would be in on it if I didn't already have a Daredevil statue, but I don't need two of them. But it is pretty good. And it's a smart move to hold off because everyone held off on the first one at first, and we got a really low ES because of it, and that's always a nice thing.
I do like this Billy Club options.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. The way you could pose it any way you want.
What do you guys think this versus the XM one?
I like this one better than the XM one.
Yeah, I agree. The XM, I never. It was a cool idea, but I didn't really like the window seemed to be propped up by that sliding side piece. I don't know. It just didn't seem right to me.
And the base was huge. I hate it when they make the base big for no reason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that XM Carnage.
Oh yeah. There's
more
base
on that one. I was like, Jesus.
More base than like the actual statue.
Yeah, well, and I got.
Yeah, I mean, look at.
Go ahead.
Look at the Submariner. That base is like its own statue.
That thing's huge,
dude. I saw that on eBay for like $800. I was almost gonna snag it up, but then I was like, wait, I'm not even that big of a fan. It looks so cool though.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool
Until
statue.
you look up the measurements and it's like 3 feet tall. I was like, no, man, I can't give up that much space.
Yeah.
What happened with sideshows as well? People bought it because they the cool statue. Same time that everyone was like, "Why did I buy this?" And they sold them. You were at a point where you could get them for $150.
Mm-hmm.
For the XM one?
What's up, bro?
No, Sideshow.
Oh, Sideshow. I'm sorry. Gotcha.
That's how much I sold mine for, the exclusive.
With the Electra, man, it looks nice, man. Wonder if you could fit up both of them in the best stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the new guy?
Oh, the Electra, yeah.
It's Jay Remy, dude. From the chat.
That's DJ Remy, bro.
That's DJ Remy, your boy. What's up?
Oh, what up, man? What's going on, dude?
He said the new guy.
He's like, I already know this guy. I know that 20 year.
Yo, who's there? Fate? I heard Fate. Yo, what's up,
Yeah,
Fate?
man. Jay Remy, man. What's good with you, man?
Yo,
Glad to meet you, homie.
That's what's up.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm trying to play the game and do the chat at the same time, man. So
Yo, what are you
I
playing?
apologize, fellas.
What game you playing?
I'm just playing the old COD right now.
Oh, true. How many of you guys getting God of War next week?
Dude, that thing looks legit, bro.
Yeah, that looks good.
It's getting ridiculous reviews. I don't know if you saw.
I saw like 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too, man.
My PS4 broke like a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna get the bundle just with the God of War. Yeah.
True.
Blame it on the movers.
I know.
Do you guys play on PC or do you guys play on console?
Both.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, gotta play on PC for first-person shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody play PUBG?
I
play
did.
on I play on Xbox. And
Oh, Dave.
I know.
But it's like all you're doing is gathering supplies for the guy who's got quicker for like the youngest kid in the game who's gonna snipe you. Kind of annoys me.
That game is nice though, but it's not good for Xbox.
It's a camper game, man. It's fun, but like you spend 20 minutes gathering weapons only to like die in like some laggy 5-minute firefight.
Mega camping.
I hear you.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's
All
actually
my
fun
friends
just,
play though.
Just to play with a group and actually kill your friends when it gets down to the end. You know, it's like 4 hit and you're like boom.
I just stick to Overwatch. That's the only game I'm playing now.
Yeah, that game's big.
I got into Rainbow Six. I haven't played in a while.
Nice.
That new Far Cry 5 is nice, man.
Oh, I got it.
Article.
Yeah,
I heard good things.
It is
I
really
heard
good.
it's good. Yeah.
There was an article in one of the Game Informers that was basically talking about people wanting them to bring back the split screen to where you could play with your friend in the same room on the same machine.
yeah.
And the theory behind it was that a lot of the older gamers were like, I can't stand playing these online games. All you do is you get in there, fucking 10-year-olds, they're yelling the craziest shit you could imagine, and they're sniping you. The minute you spawn, you're dead. He goes, I don't need this bullshit.
Well,
So it
yeah.
was just hilarious.
Well, like I told you, I got teams, so I got each one of us has a separate account, separate consoles, the same game, three of them. You know, it's ridiculous. Just so we can all play in the same game together in the same house.
Nice.
You know, three headsets.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like that should change though. I mean, I get the idea that you got to buy the separate system, the separate system, so you have it on different TVs. But if it's all under, if it's your game, you should be able to have it on all 3 systems. You know, like you can.
Yeah, like a link.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a family plan or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the way these games cost right now, man. You could drop like $120 on a game.
At least you can game share. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you can game share.
What?
Like me and my
What do you mean,
brothers.
on Xbox?
Like, yeah, on Xbox. If you have 2 Xboxes, you can game share. If you can buy a game, and then share with like your son or whatever. You can, like I do with my brother. We take turns. He gets one game, and we both get to play it, and then I get the other one. It's
You just can't
Yeah,
do it
but
at the
can
same
you
time, right?
play at the same
At the same
time?
time, yeah.
you can play
How's
at the
that
same
work?
time.
Oh, for real?
You get
That's
season
cool.
pass. I'll send you a link. How to work, but it's really simple. Even it's very simple on Xbox. PS4 is a little trickier, but you can.
Oh wow.
That's tight.
Saves you a lot of money. Man.
Oh, because me and my brother, if we're gonna play a game, we always end up buying the same game
Oh no, you
and
just
having 2 machines.
buy one. Me and my brother were just playing Far Cry 5, and I bought it, and he's playing it.
Wow. No, seriously.
How is that?
3 of them
I've been
games.
hearing a lot of reviews.
Far Cry? It's really. Oh, I loved it, man. I play all the Far Cries.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed with the last one, the Primal.
Mhm.
But this one's legit, man. It's really fun.
The difference with this one, I think, is the storyline's way better. You know, when you start getting into anything like cults and religion and stuff like that, it gives it a little more depth. But also, they put like the music at the right time. I'm talking about just like a movie. Like you go to steal this truck back, it's like the Optimus Prime, and right when you accomplish the mission and you're in the truck, you think it's over. Next thing you know, as soon as you crank the truck up, the Barracuda comes on.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh.
There's always
tell
stuff
you.
going on, man, in that
Yeah.
game. Always stuff going on.
Yeah, I always wish they would make like a survival horror game that you could play with a bunch of your friends,
Man,
so
Left
it
4
could
Dead.
be like you're all locked in the
there's-
woods together or something.
State of Decay 2 is coming for Xbox.
There was Left 4 Dead on PC. I think it
Left
might
4
have been
Dead,
on
yeah.
console too. The second one I didn't think was as good.
Yeah, because I mean, how cool would it be, like a bunch of the guys from the show, just to be on one?
Did you guys ever
Especially
see?
if we had someone good at streaming it.
Was it Friday the 13th when that game came out? Yeah,
Oh, I heard it's fun.
Okay, was
Yeah, so on the
Yeah.
Friday,
Fun.
you know what
And
I'm
it
talking
gets your heart racing, man.
about? Yeah. That'll be pretty.
When you know Jason's about to appear, you start taking off. It's crazy.
That's how that game was actually the original one. What was it on Nintendo or Sega? That was
Remember
actually
that?
scary
Yeah.
back in the
That
day.
shit scared the
I
hell out of me when I
still
was a kid.
Yeah, the music and
I
everything.
still
man.
own it to this day in the original box and everything.
Oh man.
Yeah. Even the case of that game.
Actually, hold up. While you guys are grabbing, I think I know where it is.
Yeah, that game on Nintendo freaked me out, bro.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't get it.
Even the case was like creepy looking because it was like almost like that predator vision, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I hated it and loved it at the same time.
Yeah. I miss Nintendo games, bro. Play those games now, man. They're hard as fuck, bro.
All it is, there's more buttons now. Is what it is.
You know what game I played 24 hours, like for 2 months straight? Monster Hunter. I love that.
I'm playing that now,
awesome.
bro. That game is hard as hell, man.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't have a group to play with, I think. But yeah, I went hunting a monster the other day, bro. I was there for like 2 hours hunting this beast, bro.
Yeah. There's a lot of research you have to do. Like there's different, like just weapons.
Or do you have to grind stuff to be able to summon the thing?
You may know more, David. I don't know.
Like try to level up and then try to fight it. No, man. I think the game is super smooth. I don't think there's not. It doesn't feel grindy to me. I know what you mean though.
Every time one of my buddies tries to get me to come back to World of Warcraft, I'm there for like 2 days.
Oh no, that's a grind fest. I
go in for like an hour and I want to kill myself.
No, Monster Hunter it's more of a casual game than.
That was my problem with World of Warcraft. Was even when I went back to play it, I played it when it first came out, and then I went back after the movie came out, and it feels a lot like a grind. Kills the hell out of me. You know, I have to go kill some random monster and kill 20 of them, and then come back, and the walking back and forth just drives me nuts.
It's a game I can never align myself with my other friends because they played it for years. If you're new, it's gonna take you another year to catch up to them. Like it's never like I always have problem with MMOs unless you play it from the beginning when it actually opens.
Right.
Yeah, like when I was single, I loved it. My wife was in school. I was like, dude, this is awesome.
I played Final Fantasy 11 for like 6-7 years. It was crazy.
Is that the MMO one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Played that shit was nuts, man.
I liked was it Knights of the Old Republic? And that one I played for a while. That was pretty fun.
That one I played with my brother. That was really cool too.
That's a single player, right?
It's single and multi at the same time. Like you can play as.
Are you talking about Old Republic then, or
the original Knights of the Old Republic was a great game. I think I'm talking about the Old Republic.
Old Republic,
the MMO.
Yeah.
You're talking about the MMO, yeah.
Yeah. So, but the MMO also has the same feels because it has like parts of it where you can actually play all by yourself, and it has story and voice acting and all that. But at the same time, you could do the multiplayer stuff and have a group. So
that PvP was sick, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I played the original and the second one, the RPG one. But I
Yeah.
never played the MMO.
The
After a
original-
while, I was like, yeah, that's that. Just got a little too much for me.
I don't have time to play the MMOs anymore, man. I miss it though.
I feel like I could make time, but it's like, do I really want to? Like anytime there's anything that requires more than 10 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go do something else. My friend's like, what the hell? Yeah.
I would say to actually redo that DCU game.
Oh, I love that game.
Oh my god,
game is sweet.
Love that game. That game was
Don't get me
great.
started. I played that shit for so long, bro.
Forever.
Yeah, but it's got so much potential that especially now they can redo it and make it so much better, you know. And I don't know, it's just
it's slowly dying now. But even now they keep releasing stuff.
Add-ons. It makes me want to go back to it, but yeah, they got to do something more to it, you know, to make it more.
But if you're really like a huge comic book fan, a DC fan, I know it's not the best game, but
it's all you got.
It makes up for it. Yeah. No, I love that game, bro.
It was fun. I had a great time playing that one.
I used to do all the raids. I try to. You couldn't have the exact costumes as your favorite heroes, but you kind of like get it similar.
Yeah.
So man, I loved it.
So cool game.
I know they closed it on PS3. I think you can only play it on PS4 now.
Oh really?
Yeah. I started PS3, then moved to PS4, and about that time I gave up.
Yeah.
Any other statue news? I haven't, besides Daredevil, I don't know anything else significant up for pre-order.
Let me look.
A lot of Hot Toys, but
Yeah, they're dropping a lot of stuff.
Everything around that movie. Everything's Avengers right now.
Well, I had good news this week. I had 2 wait lists be fulfilled, so that was good. The Goro 1/3 and the Rambo 1/3.
oh shit, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
So yeah, like I said, I hate to be the the pop culture guy. You know what I'm saying? But
Like-
man, I'm telling you that they have been really, they're not like they used to be 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, their stuff is legit now.
I like a lot of the PCS stuff, man. All that stuff's pretty good.
I've
Yeah.
never owned any of their stuff. I pre-ordered the Guile though.
Yo, honestly, I never felt like PCS quality was a problem. It was more like the customer service, turnaround time, that kind of stuff. But quality, it was always there for me.
So what do you collect, Jay?
You know what? At first it was Marvel, and then because I started collecting probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I had a lot of Marvel stuff. I started collecting right when Gladiator Hulk came out, and then I sold all my Marvel stuff, and then I tried to go to DC, then I sold that, and I was just like, I was really never connecting to none of it. It's like none of it was like, I want to keep this forever, And then when I first got my first movie piece, I was like, I actually like like I said, a lot of people frown on the movie stuff, but I collect all the movie. I sold all the Marvel and DC, and now I'm like just going to if it's movie, cartoon,
Nice.
yeah, stuff like that. I mean,
So are you doing Hot Toys or statues then?
oh, statues definitely, yeah.
So did you have one of the Gladiator Hulks from the Thor Ragnarok?
No, the only Gladiator Hulk was Sideshow.
Oh, okay. You're referring to the comic version. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask, wait, there's a big one? Okay.
No. Like I said, RoboCop, Jack Sparrow, Goro,
That's cool.
King Leonidas, stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
Nice.
What up, Jay Remy?
What up?
So,
What's up, Tim?
What's going on, guys?
yeah,
Yo.
What's up,
Tim,
Tim?
what up?
the original
There it
NES
is.
Oh shit, nice.
in the
Oh man.
one is from my game I wouldn't let go of. So
That's cool.
there's the
Yeah.
back. For anyone who remembers the screenshots and the fact that Jason had a bluish glow in the dark color to him, which I thought was interesting. I actually also have the action figure to that, which you could only get at San Diego Comic-Con. So I thought that was pretty cool.
It's cool.
Nice.
What are you guys pre-ordering tonight?
I got some last week, man. It's your turn.
Mentioned on our chat that we're all waiting for the Green Arrow. So when that comes out, you'll see a big live pre-order.
I'll get that one.
I'll probably pre-order with you guys for that. I'll wait though. Let's do it live.
What are you going to do? The Daredevil?
I'll do it live.
The Green Arrow.
Oh, right. The classic one.
So Jay Remy, what is? Let me see your collection back there. What do you got going on?
I still got to fill in the cases and stuff like that. Because man, I got like stuff everywhere. My wife was actually just yelling at me to unbox stuff, and I got more boxes than I have stuff on display. And then we got some guys over here.
Oh, nice. Did you? So how are those? Are those strong? Those corner shelves?
No, those are built in.
Those are built in. Oh shit.
Yeah. It's actually hard to This room is like, it's my man cave. It's like 600 square feet, dedicated just to me. So it's kind of hard to even fill it in to make it look,
Yeah.
You're
no matter
a lucky
how many
man.
statues I unbox,
Yeah, he
it's
is.
still gonna look-
I know, man.
Hey, that to have.
Yeah.
That's a nice house. That's a nice room you got there, bro.
Oh my god.
Just throw up bestas everywhere. See what your wife thinks.
She just wants
Say, honey, I'm redecorating.
You know what I'm saying? She's like, get it out the boxes, and I'm like, I don't know. It's a lot of work.
Are you keeping the boxes this time, right?
Yeah, this time, yeah.
Damn, son. Is this how I'm gonna be in 30 years?
Oh yeah.
Dang, bro. How young are you, Chris? In 30 years?
Yeah,
He's
that's what I was about to say. I was like,
I don't think we're that old, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when you get out of your bunk bed, bro,
That
you'll get nice out.
I'm probably the oldest on the
His mom said
panel.
his mom said he can't use the webcam after 9.
Yo, Ryan. You should cut that out, yo.
He just doesn't want to hear any more comments about his.
Yo, David, what's so funny, son?
I haven't said anything.
I wasn't the first one. All I was doing was playing upon everyone else's jokes.
I haven't said anything, bro.
I didn't start.
Unbelievable, son. I have a man in a ponytail cutting my ass about a bunk bed.
Where's the ponytail guy? No, he got a haircut, didn't he?
I cut it.
Oh, you didn't.
No, he got it.
Put the fucking camera on right
Wait,
now.
don't you have a mullet now though, Tim?
Got that
No,
fresh
I don't know
It
mullet.
still
Get
looks
out of here.
long. Okay.
You're crazy.
God, I haven't
Party in the back.
had since junior high.
Listen, you guys all make fun of the bunk bed, but when I wake up every morning and I get to slide down my ladder, oh shit, the best feeling in the world. Gosh, yo.
That wakes you up, bro.
Of course,
Oh my god.
I feel like I'm in a firehouse. Woo, woo, woo. Slide down the ladder. Purpose, baby, purpose.
Yo.
Gak
God.
is such a good sport. It's like he really should come down to one of the cons.
Oh my god.
So Jeremy, are you getting the He-Man or whatever and stuff like that, or no?
He's already got it.
no, I already got it.
And the
You already
battle-
got it?
Ready to
No,
go.
I'm sorry, the sideshow ones. The sideshow ones.
No, I already have them. I was trying to, before the show started, I was trying to unbox them and put it next to this one just so everyone could see a size comparison. And like I said,
Oh,
I know
okay.
the one's 1/5 and 1/4 but the PCS one is so massive. Like the girth and everything is just so massive that it it makes Sideshow looks like 1/6. Seriously.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I saw the Skeletor life person. That thing is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have that one?
No.
I hope they follow through with the Skeletor Panther for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I canceled my order for the Battle Cat, but if they do, make that Skeletor Panther come to fruition, because that dude Red Ant teased it a couple times on the forums, and I don't know if he's just blue balling everybody or I don't know, but if that shit comes and sees the light, I'll be back on board.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I backed out of collecting He-Man, but I said if they made Skeletor and Panther, I'd probably buy them both.
Did you guys see on the on the Facebook where someone took the exclusive Battle Cat and did a Photoshop where they
that was my Photoshop that I made 2 years ago. They just saved the picture.
Oh man, that thing they make it look like that.
Yeah, I made a post when I made that picture. Yo, should I buy a second Battle Cat and then just change it? And I didn't go through with it. And I'm glad I didn't, because I don't know. They were just oh, what if they do make a Panther? Then you just wasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I was
exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had a second Battle Cat when I saw your picture, and I was like, dang man, I gotta keep it and just get it painted.
Yeah. Wouldn't be a bad idea if they don't. If it doesn't see the light, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
The only thing is, you would need a quarter scale Skeletor to go along.
George.
Yo, what's up, Tim?
So, I saw that you posted Iron Studios that they got a Daredevil coming out. What is
Yep.
it?
From what they told me, I'm thinking it's going to be a comic version. So it's going to be a more comic version to match up with the Punisher.
Is that art print going to be is that what the statue's going to be like? I guess.
No. I found an art print. They didn't have any artwork to show me just yet. They just told me that it's going to be towards the end of the year when it releases.
If they make a comic Daredevil for that Punisher, they gotta go with Kingpin. Nobody's done a quarter scale Kingpin.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually,
Didn't
XM.
XM?
Well,
Yeah.
X.
I thought they did one on Punch Press or some shit.
Man, I don't want to. Yeah, no one's
one's
done a
actually
quarter scale Kingpin, but I'm gonna stay with that because that Kingpin looked like shit.
The one playing chess? What are you talking about?
I thought it looked good.
Well, no,
I don't know. It looked like a huge
I
bone.
like it, but the problem is with the fact that he's sitting down, it takes up too much real estate.
I don't know, man. There's like fucking 5 colors on that piece: the purple pants, the white suit, the tan skin, and then the brown chair. Like, there's like no shading on that thing. I don't know. I just hope somebody makes. You know that bone where he has like both his hands on the cane? And he's
Yeah.
just standing there. They made that in quarter scale. Shit would be badass.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, if you're thinking about getting the Sideshow Daredevil, might as well wait, right? See the Iron Studios one. Iron Studios are putting out some good stuff too.
Their paint jobs are incredible, I think.
Really?
I really, I mean, at least from the pictures I see, I haven't seen them in hand, but I think their paint jobs look really nice, especially on the movie stuff.
Only thing I didn't feel about that Punisher is the pants.
Yeah, it's a good like sculpt wise. I think it's
I don't
beautiful.
think I've seen that on Punisher.
And bring it up. You were thinking about it, right, Chris?
I was, and it has a decent ES too, man. It's like 1,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me go check it out.
something like that.
Let me pull it up.
Good looking piece.
1,000, yeah. Not bad, man.
Yeah, I like that Punisher.
Yeah, I don't think I looked the pants either. They look like he's wearing vinyl pants.
It's shiny, right?
Leather.
Yeah.
That's it. That was why I didn't get it. Exactly.
Oh, I do like this 90s
Punisher.
classic.
Punisher's going clubbing or something.
Yeah. I still like it though. I think it looks pretty cool though.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it does.
nice.
Maybe it's just the lighting that makes it look.
It could be, but also for me, I didn't like the fact that he had. If you put any of the shorter guns on, so it wouldn't take up as much space, they don't look as good as the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, that's like the first Punisher head I've seen like with that classic bandana. I don't think I've seen another quarter scale with that.
Right.
That's awesome, man.
Let's see. Where's
What's going on?
the share?
Come on, man.
What's up, man?
So Mac,
Yo,
What up?
what up, man?
Yo. Don't see you. Where you at?
Here's some of the latest stuff from.
You cut out there, though.
Now I gotta present it. Hold on.
Oh, the Phantom X from
Oh,
Icebreaker?
Icebreaker, yeah.
You got a whole. Where the fuck does this start?
Mhm.
All right, over here. We got so many pictures. So let's start with this one.
Who's making that?
Icebreaker.
Icebreaker.
Is that like the company that does 1.6 and 1.4?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
That looks pretty cool.
See, they shortened the base. It was bigger. That's the only issue I have about this company, is that they do like votes, and depending on how people vote, I don't see anybody voting for huge statues, and a bunch of their stuff coming out. It's impossible to display. Like, look at that. That's a perfect example.
Yeah, that's huge.
I believe this one is only available in 1/6 scale.
Yeah. But if you raise a stink about like or if you mention that you want a smaller base, they're pretty accommodating.
Yeah.
Like the Superman one was going to be like a giant globe. and
Bro,
now they've got an option
I've
for the half globe.
trust me when I say I tried multiple times to get the Black Adam and the Shazam base smaller, because the thing is just ridiculous. I don't know if you've seen the bases on both.
Yeah,
of
the
them.
base and the Black Adam. Yeah.
It's just insane, dude. Like, it's like 33 inches high for no reason. So I've been doing my best. I haven't gotten in touch with like the other guys that pre-order it, so we're gonna see. But
Yeah, it looks cool, but yeah, that was my problem. That's why I didn't get it. I was like,
if you're trying to make money off, isn't it better to make it smaller, easier to ship? You know what I mean? Is this less hassle?
yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
just trying to go.
What is this penguin? What are we looking at?
Yeah.
I like that penguin.
What is it?
This is the Arc icebreaker.
Yeah, I don't think it's being done by anybody yet, but it's just the sculpt.
Is that Arkham or just
Yeah,
comic?
yeah, it's Arc. At least it looks like it to me.
Oh, it looks like comic book version. It doesn't
I
look
think
like
it's a comic version, yeah.
That's the comic book version. Yeah, it's nice.
I gotta ask him, that Stan Man guy. I'm kind of curious, like, what his business plan, like, if he's eventually going to go into license. Because
He said he was.
I think
oh,
he's trying
did he?
to. Yeah.
I was gonna say they crank out so many stashes now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them look pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's when it gets risky because you know you're bringing attention to yourself on
Exactly.
big company.
But only review I've seen, it's the Onslaught. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
that's from
I
George,
love
right?
that onslaught piece. Every time I say, damn it.
I think I might pick up that J. Scott Campbell Psylocke.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
But,
The more I
that
look
one
at it, the
looks
more I'm
good.
digging it.
there's like two versions, right? You're talking about the Icebreaker one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get the exclusive, just the regular. I don't want the X Force one. I like the more the color.
How big is the onslaught height wise?
This scale is small, but the big one's big.
The 1/4
Yeah,
is
it's
the
like
one.
3 feet tall.
The 1/4 it's bigger than like a Prime 1/3. I
Yeah.
think.
They showed it.
Yeah,
next
well,
to the
that's why
TV.
I'm asking how big the 1/3.
But
I mean,
if you look at the
1/6
price, it's ridiculously cheap for how big it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just think the scaling is off between it and the 1/6, but the 1/6 is like between 16 and 17 inches tall. 16 and 17 inches tall. So
I thought the 1/4 was even. Yeah, so you're saying the scale between the 1/6 and the 1/4 is off?
is off. It's because the 1/4 is like 32
Yeah,
inches.
that's like
That's what I thought. That's way too big, given the
it's
that's what you just
almost
measured.
double the size.
Yeah,
If I can look at it.
It looks cool though, but yeah, I have nowhere to put that. thing.
Favorite characters, but it's like, where the hell am I going to put it? As it is, I'm trying to find a spot for Thanos when he comes in.
But on the throne?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Also, Iron Studios is just gonna do a Thanos, right? But it's
movie
gonna
version.
be the movie. Okay.
Yeah, and they're gonna do an Iron Spider from the movie also.
Oh wow.
They do a good job on those movie pieces, right?
Yeah,
I've seen the
Yeah.
Falcon. I've seen in person, and I think you reviewed the Captain America, right?
yeah. I saw Captain America. That was pretty good.
The Winter Soldier one was pretty cool. It was good too
Mhm.
from
That's what I
Civil
was gonna
War.
say.
I saw that on YouTube and it looked real nice. The paint job looked real nice.
You can get the bases together, right? And they have a sweet display.
Yeah, they connect together to make like a diorama.
Oh, they connect. I didn't really realize that they connected.
I love that. Good idea.
That's pretty sweet.
What's up, fellas?
Yo.
So, man,
Let's
What's
do
up,
it.
man?
Yo, Jeremy, you still got
Yeah.
both of them?
Yeah, I sold it.
Oh, you sold it. Oh.
Yeah, it sold in Malaysia off of the Facebook groups.
Oh, cool.
I wasn't sure how that was going to work because the forwarding company and all that stuff like that. And I just was told the guy, I'm like, look, I'll send as many pictures beforehand because I can't be responsible. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to your country, if it's broke or realistically.
Right.
And he says he don't care how, as long as it shows up, if it's broke or not, he's okay with it. So I was like, that's fine.
Did he follow through? Did he end up getting it safely, or?
Oh yeah.
That's nice.
So
Good.
yeah.
Go at AMC special marathon viewing of the new movie. It's going to be all of a lot of the Avengers movies back to back. And then you get some collectible coin, which I saw that and I'm like, damn it, now I want it because I have the collectible coin for the Thor movies, and I got the collectible one for the Black Panther. So now I want this one, but it's a bitch because you got to sit there for man hours. It's like $40 for the ticket, which the money ain't that bad, but it's not. The place that's closest to me is already sold out. So then I'd have to go like double the distance to see it, and I don't know if it's worth it.
So it's a marathon that you got to sit through, and then you get a coin?
Yeah, and you get to see the new movie. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool.
But the thing is, I like seeing the Marvel movies in IMAX. So I'd rather IMAX, which I should meet up with David to see it since we go to the same theater.
Oh,
But
you have to pay me to see through Guardians 2 again.
Yeah, if you guys
no,
I'm
just talking about the new movie.
Oh, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding, bro. Yeah, definitely. I'll go. We can go to go Tuesday.
Because I love seeing
literally twice as tall.
Yo, look how ridiculous this is, bro.
Yeah,
look
twice as tall.
Look at how big it looks next to Jorge, and look at this.
Oh, me click on you.
And that's supposed to be a 6 scale and a 4 scale?
Yeah.
Oh, that is crazy.
That is nuts. But look at the price. It's not bad at all, man.
Yeah.
The scale's off. I mean, as far as between the 6th and the 4.
That makes it look like a 1/10 scale.
Right?
I mean, I think the 1/4 is more up to scale with other characters, statues, than the 1/6.
I think you're right.
Because Onslaught's fucking huge. That thing's a monster. So
yeah, and I think Apocalypse was like 30 or 32, right? And Darkseid's 26.
So that's the 1/4 to me. It's about right. It's still 1/6. Maybe it was smaller. I should.
Yeah, see, that's the only thing. I love it, but it's just so big.
If I collect Marvel, I'm telling you, I would order this hands down.
Yeah, that's nice looking statue.
Especially after seeing his paint job, because the paint job looks great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The quality's good, at least on the piece. I mean, I was pretty impressed with it from Icebreakers. So.
Oh yeah, I saw your review. The only thing you really had a problem with was the shield, right?
Yeah, the shield was the only thing that seems off. And then I confirmed last week that this thing is metal because it stabbed the shit out of me.
That's great.
I was bleeding on the live show. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I almost posted. I was like, George got to kill the feed before he bleeds out.
They're doing this one in quarter scale. This is nice.
Yeah, that's the one I'm gonna order.
Like that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Icebreaker.
I can't think of his name though. No, the sculptor.
Oh, Jay Scott. Oh, yeah. I don't
the actual sculptor. I'm not sure.
Actually, I can find out.
Yeah, Spanish guy. Just can't think of his name right now.
I like it. I would probably not want the leaves on there though myself.
Got some really interesting little details. Like on the bottom of the shoe, they actually have the X logo on the shoe.
It's Francis Ronald Quintero.
Right.
Yeah,
nice.
You can roll that R. I can't.
Years of practice.
If I didn't already have the PF, I would buy that.
Yeah, they're putting out some good stuff, man.
I'm still trying to find the PF for a reasonable price.
The Psylocke?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough because you got to not only find one at a good price, but one that's in good shape.
Yeah, not broke.
Yeah, and it's a bitter pill for me to swallow too because I sent mine back and I had it retail because of the cracking legs.
I feel like no one's like really nailed the Psylocke head sculpt though. Anyone else feel that?
I like the one Chris is getting. That looks sick, bro.
When I had the Psylocke, though, I had her posted with her back turned, with like looking back at you with the exclusive and then the blade over her shoulder. That was my favorite pose.
Another comic cat.
Yeah, that's how I got her with the blade.
The PF.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, no, sorry. Because the blade over shoulder is the regular, right? So I had the exclusive, but I thought she looked good from the back with what do they call it,
Yeah, no, I
The
agree.
blade,
I
the
have
sight.
with the blade.
Mhm.
Yeah, she doesn't look bad actually.
What he calls it a psychic blade. I'm trying to remember what the name.
I think so.
Psionic
Yeah,
or something.
psychic.
Psyblade or something.
Yeah, I believe it's short for psionic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
You know which piece I want that, and I'm not even a fan of her, is She-Hulk from Sideshow. That one where she's holding like the
weights.
The weights.
The part.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love
the
that
weight
piece.
man.
Man, I love that statue.
I mean, the parking meter is
Got
pretty
that a
cool too.
long time ago, and I lucked out. I got a Marvel sample,
Nice.
and I got it right before. Price.
I think that's one of the best looking portraits for any female. It's really nice job.
Looks really nice.
Yeah.
Plus, it's best look it's ever been.
Who's the sculptor on that? Let's see. That's weird. They removed that information.
One of the pieces I would never part with in my collection.
This is very surprising, bro. It's some way less. I wouldn't want this for free.
No, I wouldn't. That would scare me. That'd keep me up at night.
It's not even scary. It's just ugly. I just don't. I don't see.
It's just like deformed.
I would think it came to life or something if I start hearing sounds at night.
That's that Lemony Snicket's that Jim Carrey was in. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it does look like that. Actually,
looks like he was dead, and that look joined The Walking Dead or something.
It just looks tired.
I wasn't a fan of the Sideshow one either. It's just he had too long of a neck. I think was my problem.
So now Sideshow's selling Kotobukiya, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they used to? I thought they used to back in the day.
They're becoming like Thanos, man. They're trying to get all the gems, bro.
They got Kotobukiya. They got DC.
That was
now.
That was life size, right? That Joker bust that you just.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's life size.
Yeah.
For 1,500, it better be.
I didn't see the price. Jeez, it's crazy.
Now all we need is Sideshow to start selling the customs.
It's coming.
I'm curious if they'll ever sell XM.
I bet they
Can
will.
you imagine, bro? Damn.
That would really. They would really have to step up their game with packaging. Start selling XM.
XM pieces.
What did you say, Lou?
Great for those of us that like XM pieces.
Do you not like them?
Oh, I love them. But the problem is the $300 shipping fee.
Yeah. You gotta pay some dude to buy it for you, and it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I got connection. The shipping fee costs an arm and a leg.
Guys, I wonder if this is the pose we're gonna get for the Poison Ivy for the new one.
I don't think so.
The arm matches. This arm matches. He's holding a flower.
Oh, maybe.
If this pose is gonna be sick.
I like that.
Yo, that's sexy.
I mean, I really like the print. I just have so much artwork of Poison Ivy. I don't know if I need it.
Yeah, I have a few original artworks I still have to get framed up over.
Damn,
Yeah, it probably will be. Sideshow kind of messes up like that sometimes. They'll show the print, and then they'll have the PF in the background. Remember last year, the 10 Days of Sideshow with the Harley Quinn, the movie version?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They showed the print. They actually, on some of the pictures, they had the PF like far in the background.
Yeah. I mean, some of them don't.
Yeah.
I know, like the Superman one. See, like for example, this one. Nothing to do with the one.
Yeah, it looks a little generic. Like, I don't know. Looks like concept art. You know, it's okay if it's concept art, but I just hate when it seems a little empty and they don't fill in the backgrounds properly. Like the old prints that came with the Spider-Man comiquette and the Venom comiquette. It just seemed like it was unfinished art, you know, just.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a lot coming out.
I like that Daredevil. I think it looks. I mean, more of a modern take, I guess. I don't have a Daredevil in my collection, so might be in for that.
You gotta do it live.
I don't order anything from Sideshow until they show the yes now. I don't let it really influence whether I'm going to order or not. I just don't want to contribute to a high yes.
David finger devil on the shoulder. He's like, do it. Do it live.
Do it live.
That's a good.
Because almost every time I get on waitlist now, it converts anyways. So
yeah, if you do it the first couple of days, you get it.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't got my my Batman Hush converted. Whoa!
You got on the Batman Hush waitlist?
I did.
Nice.
It'll convert. How long did you wait before you got on there?
It'll convert. If the Frank Miller converted on me after like 4 months to be on the waitlist, like the Hush will.
All right.
My Frank Miller converted 3 different times.
Yeah.
Damn.
I couldn't make up my mind on it, and I just.
They're so far out that
over and over.
people can't wait that long.
True.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This is so far out, dude.
How long are their pre-orders? Or how long? Yeah, how long are their
Dude,
pre-orders?
it's like a year and a half from now.
For Prime 1?
It's ridiculous.
Which is cool, because I need some time to figure out where the hell I'm going to put those things.
That's awesome, man. So you're just gonna get the Superman and the Batman?
Just the Superman and the Batman. Yeah.
Did you get the sculpted or the
sculpted?
There you go.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, that's my.
So I know of us were commenting to Prime 1 to have them finish the Arkham line. So supposedly we may start seeing new 119. So we'll see what happens.
That'll make Mac happy. Doesn't he have a bunch of them already?
Oh my god. This stole the show in my opinion. Look at this Doomsday, bro.
God damn, how tall is that thing?
God damn it.
As soon as I saw that thing, I'm like, where the hell is this?
Looks so. I don't care if I have to put it on the kitchen.
That's so wild.
Like, this thing looks sick.
Yeah.
You saw him putting it together. It's like one leg here, then the other leg.
How are they going to ship that thing without those spikes breaking too? Like they're everywhere.
It looks sick.
Yeah, I'm still tempted to get that one because he could fit in with the quarter scale. It's just he's so massive.
Any of you guys get that one?
He would definitely match up with that Onslaught.
This thing is 30. What's ridiculous is this is 37 inches high, I believe. And look how still how tall the Superman is next to him. It's like 41.
27.
This is 37, I think.
Oh, right, that's right. It's 1/3 then. Okay.
See, with those big characters, I don't mind throwing in the third scales, like maybe it was the Thing or the Hulk or something like that, because they can be huge and they can fit in with the quarter scales.
Exactly.
But isn't that supposed to be 1/4 of Doomsday?
No. 1/3, bro.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the Superman Hush.
That's going to be the statue to have, I'm telling you. The one.
I don't see somebody doing a better Doomsday than this.
I don't know how they're going to ship that thing without those spikes breaking.
Look at this beast.
Damn.
It's a big ass hand.
This shit's crazy, bro. I'll just enjoy it by looking at these.
I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna need help putting it together, bro.
Yo, you will, because they show it takes
literally, no joke, yeah.
It takes 2 to 3 people to put it together.
Yeah, I had to put my Magneto over there together up on the shelf because I didn't want to put them together and have to lift them up there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of a pain.
Yeah, all the XM ones that you see on the top of my shelves when I'm in my collection room, I put those all together up top. There was no way I was trying to lift those over my head and just dropping them.
Because it's not even just about the weight; you have to keep it perfectly balanced. And
yeah, and you're more worried about dropping the piece than you are about yourself.
Yeah.
That's how I felt when I was trying to put
you're just lifting it off carefully and slowly. It makes it that much heavier and keeping it completely, trying to keep it level. And makes a 50-pound piece feel like 100 and some pounds trying to do all.
Oh my God, it's horrible. But yeah, I literally up assemble.
This is the come at me, bro pose.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's why Thanos, I mean, I could put him on top, but I don't know, man. 50 pounds
That thing weighs 50 pounds.
on the
Jesus.
top.
Yeah.
Plus, then he'd be probably next to Doom, which is another heavy piece. That's a lot of weight on the top of the Besta.
Yeah. If you put that up there, you'd have to assemble it up there. That thing is big.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sure.
I can't even assemble it probably on top of my Bestas.
Now that I'll probably put him. We'll
My Bestas are so close to the ceiling, I can probably set them on there.
Yeah, well, I lucked out. I have like 10-foot ceiling, so I can fit them.
Yeah, mine are really tall too. I've kind of got lucky with that as well.
You have to be selective over which pieces you stick up there, though. Certain characters,
especially
some look better down below, some look better above.
Hey,
Bless you.
Thank you.
this is look down.
I still haven't gotten. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say you got to reinforce them. Like mine are reinforced with steel brackets. If you don't reinforce those and you put all that weight in there, you're asking for trouble.
Even if you just put two statues on a shelf, you think?
No, I'm talking about if you
The big
put the
ones.
heavy ones on top.
Right, because I think the maximum load on those shelves is 44 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to sell some of my stuff. I'm gonna put some Bestas back there and over here.
Hey, Mike, I see that RCB Magneto in the back, man. How do you like that thing?
No, I love it.
Yeah.
One of my favorite pieces by far. A great paint job on it. And it was an artist proof too. I didn't know that when I bought it. So
Nice.
I don't know what that means exactly, but nowadays it's hard to tell. It could just mean that they put AP on there and signed it.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. He was just hard to put together. But besides that, it was more hard to put together just because I was like standing on a chair and having to rotate him on the packs. And, if I would have had him on a table or something and doing it, it would have been so bad. But
I love mine, but I still think the RCB ones that you have is the best. That thing is freaking epic, dude.
yeah, I'm pretty impressed by him. And I was worried too because I hadn't had very good experiences with customs in the past, and the quality at least. And this one came out,
What's crazy, man, is that it was hyped up for the longest time. Like everybody was like, "Oh shit, the sculpt on that is crazy." But what's nuts is that they delivered, and like the quality is just, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It lived up to every single bit of the hype. I haven't seen anybody with one complaint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll definitely be one of the last statues. If I was ever forced to get rid of everything for whatever reason, it'd probably be the last one to go.
Yeah, good on them for delivering.
That, and I'm a little biased because he's one of my favorite characters. But just impressed by it altogether.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, man, putting them together, I swear, I think there's at least 25 pieces to it.
Damn.
And the instructions are kind of, they're a little, I don't know. You get used to it after a second, but the way they number it, it's kind of weird. It didn't translate well. I don't.
Yeah, that was like when I got the Optimus Prime by Prime One. It was like all these little pieces had to go in certain spots, but the instructions weren't that great, and you're like, "Oh my god, where does it go?"
Well, yeah, they'll show a picture of it, but it's so zoomed up. You're like, "Where is that on the base?"
Yeah.
I'm like, trying to match the picture to where the base is.
Exactly. And then when you find it, you're like, oh, duh. And then the one that killed me the most was the Galactus. They show
Which Galactus?
But they never mention that there's a plug that's covering the hole in the glove.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to literally watch videos until somebody showed that you have to remove this piece to put it in.
Yeah, it's hard. Just a little slit in his wrist around there. It's hard to find. Galactus has got amazing sculpt.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to top.
That's the only piece I ever owned that I regret selling.
I mean, the paint's a little, it could have been better, but the sculpt's just perfect in my opinion.
Yeah, it was spot on.
I thought about getting my Silver Surfer chromed out, but I don't know. I don't know if I want to do it. I'd have to see one in person, see how it looks, I guess.
Somebody told me that Sideshow's doing another one.
That's cool.
Another what?
Another Silver Surfer.
Interesting.
I think it was the Rad Titan guys were telling me that.
Well, it's about time. How long has it been since they made them? Jeez, at least like what, 6-7 years.
I heard a rumor XM's doing a Galactus too. Rumor, of course.
That'd be
That's interesting.
I wonder how tall it'd be there.
I just hope they don't take too many artistic liberties on Galactus.
I don't even want it to have a base. Exactly. I just want it to be him. Just so I don't have to take up any more room.
Yeah, because even Sideshows was like 3 feet tall, so you wouldn't want it much bigger than that.
I was at a comic book store this weekend, and so they had the Sideshow Sentinel. I was so tempted.
Oh yeah,
it looked really neat, but then I kept thinking, wait, where am I going to put this fucking thing?
How'd you like the paint job on?
It looked nice from what I could see, but yeah.
Yeah, those are the pieces that really tempt you.
It was like $900 though. I was like, damn, that seems expensive given the size.
That's it.
And I would have to end up making it into some kind of diorama. If I buy that, then I'm gonna have to buy a few 6-scale figures to go with it and surround it with. And I already got rid of the ones I had.
People do that with the Fantastic Four.
I saw some people do it with the 1/6 scale Danger Room ones, where they put it around the Sideshow.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
What was his Dr. Remy or something? I think I saw.
Yeah, I think that was the guy. Yeah, the
Remy LeBeau.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked great the way he did that.
I think I saw the same dude.
Yeah, I haven't seen a new video by him in a while.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to med school. I mean, so maybe he's just got up and all.
Oh, really?
Well, this is the guy that I'll never forget. He filmed dropping his Nightcrawler piece.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I gave a props for showing it. Yeah, and it was like in slow motion.
The still shot. He's like, no.
Yeah, no.
It's like 2-minute fucking just elongated word.
It's hilarious.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to go look that up. That sounds hilarious.
He did a lot of entertaining videos.
Yeah, he's got a sweet.
I've seen a bunch of his. That's when
and his X cave, as he calls it, is insane.
Yeah.
That's how I got onto a lot of the 1/6 scale Kotobuki ones or some of his videos.
I think he had that custom quarters, the custom Sauron that was done. I believe it was 1/6.
He had a custom Colossus too that was quarter scale.
Mm-hmm,
I think he might have had a custom Juggernaut, but I may be confusing it with somebody else that had similar pieces. You know, like the ones that they sold on eBay from like the Philippines or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Lou, I want to tell you, thank you for having me on the show, man. I actually work at night, but I was able to postpone my job until, going in until I could be on the show for a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's our
Good,
pleasure, brother.
Good to see you all you guys and be on the show. So hopefully next week, or like I said, we can plan something. I could meet you guys at MegaCon and stuff. So
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna post once we pick the date. I'm gonna post it in the group. So just
okay. That's what's up. All right, y'all.
Good talking to you.
All right, man.
All right,
So,
brother.
Have a good night.
Have a good-
My custom dark side head in. He's pretty
Oh,
cool.
where'd you get that?
It's
nice.
Dynamic Menace. He's got the light up feature. I don't know. It probably doesn't translate very well on the camera.
I like that a lot
Yeah,
better.
no, it looks good.
Yeah, he's
way better.
like classic Kirby, man. I love it. So happy I got it.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the head that it came with, I would have bought the damn thing.
Do you have a link to that?
No, I do not. They only, I know they're sold out, but you could probably maybe find somebody selling one because I think they only made like 10 of them or something. Not that I got number 3 out of however many they made. They made some unpainted ones and then they had some painted ones. As far as the painted ones go, I think they only made maybe a dozen, 15 tops. I can't remember what it was. It was
Keep an eye out
10
for
to
it.
15. But he must have been like translucent resin because I had to send him back to the guy because the light was shining through his, like a lot of spots in his face. So there's like red dots coming out, but he was nice enough to fix it up for me and he did a great job. I can't tell. I mean, he matched the paint perfectly. I mean, well, he did it. So I guess it wasn't so hard for him to match the paint, but it's awesome. Man. I love
the paint.
Oh, is it the same guy who did the piece?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because when I lit him up, it was shining through his face, all these dots, holes, the red, like where it's supposed to come through his eyes. So it must be some kind of translucent resin where they put the light inside, I'm assuming, and they just didn't put enough paint over that part.
Did you say it was called Dynamic Menace?
Yes.
Nice. I found one.
It's a Dan Dynamic. Man.
I found one on eBay. I just ordered it.
Oh yeah,
It's like
There's a lot of custom heads, right?
It's
I
awesome.
got the Spider-Man head from him. It was good work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they still have them on eBay. That's cool.
Yeah, that's happening.
I mean, the sculpt is amazing and it looks really good. I'm very happy with it. Like I didn't notice how far off it was from like Kirby's art until I actually got the head and I put it on there and I started looking at the other head. It just, that's just nostalgic for me. I mean, of course that's before my time, but when I got into Darkseid, those were the books that I was reading. Like, old school New Gods, Jack Kirby, I loved all that stuff.
I didn't get into DC Comics until like I had kids, and then like I didn't like what Marvel was doing, and I got into like the Blackest Night, and then from there I kind of, branched out to like Darkseid. I think like the animated movies helped a lot me get into a lot of them too, like the Justice League ones and stuff.
I mean, those New God stories, they're a little, they got old school stories, but I think they still hold up. They're well written. I think Jack Kirby did some amazing work back then.
Right. I'm still looking for
his time.
I still want an Atrocitus statue or a Larfleeze from the Lanterns.
It's one of my favorite memories when I was a kid getting to meet Jack Kirby because I was at a comic convention in Oakland when I was about 9 or 10. And when I met him, he was just, a lot of guys back then, it was all about Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld and all them. And and I didn't, at the time, I didn't really know who he was because I was just into Image Comics and all that stuff. And he had a book that it had all like his old sketches in it and stuff. And I started looking at that and And I don't know, I was just amazed by how much art was in it. And I was getting me and my mom were getting my brother a present at the time. And she had me talk to this guy, and just, man, he was just so like inviting. His personality so nice. And it was just such a shame because he didn't have a bunch of people, trying to vulture him like they do Stan Lee. Because back then it wasn't like that, He didn't have anybody even trying to meet him. Everybody was just lined up for the other guys.
Oh yeah, now they'd all be trying to get his honor.
No, yeah, he was holding his arm up, making him sign.
Yeah.
But man, that's.
I actually felt bad for Stanley because he had to make a video that was saying that his supposed daughter and best friend weren't abusing him because some lawyer put out a statement that he was being abused.
Yeah, I saw that on the Lords of the Long Box. They were sharing videos of it.
I saw the video on Facebook of it, Stan talking, and I'm like, can't you just leave this poor old man alone?
I got him to sign a book for me too, Jack Kirby, and he drew a little Spider-Man thing in there, and a little like a web coming down, a spider. He signed it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But unfortunately, the book got chewed up by my dog.
Of course.
But the picture.
I was just gonna say that's probably worth quite a bit.
But the page that he drew on and wrote on, that page is perfect. It's just the outside of the book got mauled by my dog. But it's a sentimental thing, so I would never sell it regardless. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. People take advantage. You get old, and everybody wants to dig their hands into things, and it's a shame, especially if it's his own daughter doing it. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, well, no, he said it's not happening, but these people were trying to make it out like it was. So I don't know. I mean, for his sake, I hope it's not.
I mean, I'm sure his daughter is going to get everything. That's his only child, right? And his wife is dead. I think he had another child, but I think it died at birth. She died, or right after it was born. She was born. So.
I mean, the sad part is, he's such a nice guy when you meet him, but the people around him, like the security and everything, they're just a bunch of dicks.
Yeah, they're a bunch of vultures. Because that's what they do with these guys at the conventions. They basically rent them out. They give them a lump sum, and then they try to make as much money off them as they can. They pay them for their appearance. They'll say, "We'll give you this," and that's why they want to get as many.
Trying to sit there and talk to you or something, and they're rushing you along because they just want to get the most autographs possible.
Yeah, because everyone they're getting paid for, like, we gave this guy whatever, how many $1,000, and we want to make as much as we can off each autograph.
Yeah, that's it.
It's terrible.
And like for me, I purposely went and I said, I'm going to go early. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to wait a couple of hours because, look, the guy at the time was in his 80s. Do you really want to be the 6,000th signature he does? So I was like, I had to be in the top 50 or something, just so you could get a clear signature. Not to mention that the lines were ridiculous.
Stan's the man. I mean, he's so sharp for how old he is and his age. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he was talking to me. He even shook my hand, even though the guys are like, don't touch him.
That's ridiculous.
He told me, don't mind them, and he shook my hand. So it was pretty cool.
That's pretty risky, given how old he is, man. Your immune system's like, a cold could kill you at that age. Not to get too dark, just saying.
Yeah,
I'm not shaking anyone's hand when I'm 90 years old. Fuck that.
I mean, but that's what builds up your immune system is socializing around people.
Yeah, exactly.
Not when you're old as sin, dude. When you're old as sin, you can't come back from that.
That's worked for him. How long's he been around? How many people?
Actually, look, when you're in a line of that many people for 4 days straight, you know people are going to have colds and be caught hacking up on you and everything else.
He's probably built up an immunity to everything there is by now.
Right? That's the thing I hate. Like, even to this day, if I go to the movies and I'm sitting near someone who's coughing and it's like, put your hand on your mouth. Did anyone teach you that? It's like they're just
still telling my
like, man, you're spreading your shit all over the place.
I'm still trying to get my kids to remember that shit. My son just still like openly cough right in my face. I'm like, what the fuck?
Still does.
But I mean, a lot of the sickly people are the ones that shelter themselves and don't go around people because they've just
that's true.
Secluded themselves from the rest of society, and then they get around somebody that they might have built up an immunity to when they were young, and now they're old and they can't do it anymore. More susceptible to diseases and all that.
That was actually
viruses.
What gave the dude the idea in War of the Worlds that the viruses killed the alien because they didn't have an immune system to them.
Like a lot of those people use like antibacterial soap and they'll start getting warts on their hands and stuff because they've killed off the good bacteria and stuff.
You also see people use that antibacterial soap and they still don't wash their hands in the damn bathroom. It's like, dude, really? It does not remove the same shit. It's like, read a book.
I'll never forget this. We were at some company meeting thing, and there's this one dude, and you couldn't miss his face. So he's in the bed next door to him. He's taking a week. He wants to say what's up to the dude, so he takes his hand that was just on his cock, and then he slaps the guy on the back with the same hand, and the guy just gives him a look like, you didn't just do
wait, hold on. The guy reached out his hand though?
Yeah, he was holding his shit. No, what happened is the guy's
too late.
The two guys are taking a piss, right?
Yeah.
So he just finishes and he takes the hand that he was holding with, and he just, does that on his back. Like, what's up, brother?
He's like, here, bro, here's some HPV. Here's some HPV.
Jeez.
The guy just had this look like, I'm going to kill you.
What about those guys that's trying to have a conversation with you when you're taking a piss?
I hate that shit.
Oh my god!
Hey, what the fuck, man?
We can like
afterwards. Just wait a few seconds.
Is when you go to the bathroom and you pick the stall that's like way on the end, and there's like so many empty ones, and dude comes in and he's like gonna stand right next to you. I'm like, bro, really?
Yo, I don't know if this shit happens to y'all. I had to Google this shit, son. But every time I'm taking a piss next to somebody, it's just the flow just stops completely. Like, yo, I'll be good money. As soon as somebody comes next to me, that shit just stops, boy. Yo, I hate that shit, and I'm standing like fuck.
Yeah, they're looking at you. Like,
and then I don't know, but years ago, when I was growing up, there used to be dividers between each store. Now they don't even put those anymore.
Exactly.
Probably so they can fit more.
Sitting there with a vein fucking popping out my forehead, like fuck.
Right, and then you're like, I don't know about you guys, but I stare directly at the wall because I don't even want anyone to think anything. But you got other guys other dudes that their heads are turning and shit, and you're like, why are you looking at it?
Trying to have an intimate moment.
Forget about the I'll be looking at my shit like, come on.
Don't fail me now.
Nah, that ass.
Pressure is on.
You can do this. You got this. You're like giving a
right, because that's the worst feeling in the world, having to stop, scream, and hold shit.
Come on, brother, we got this.
Well, it's not even you're like waiting for it. It's just that people get the pressure of that you're sitting there trying to piss, and then you got to sit. You're like, what are you standing there for, holding your dick?
Yeah.
Yo, I swear, it's only when people come next to me because as soon as they leave, right back at it.
Got one shy body, dude.
Oh shit,
that's so annoying, bro.
You know what I hate, bro, is when I'm trying to drop a deuce, some guy comes in and starts brushing his teeth.
Oh my god!
I'm like, bro, I'm dropping a hot one, dude. I'm dropping a hot one, and he's coming in here brushing his teeth. He's making sure he gets every tooth.
Why does that bother you if the door's closed? I mean, leave the door open.
He's just sitting there like
take a shit.
Not at work. Like we've got big stalls, and like this dude, there's always one guy that's just dropping, like brushing his teeth.
Hey, one time I was at the gym and it's
always old people too.
This fat Russian dude comes in and he goes up to the thing you dry your hands on, right? He throws his leg up on the sink. He spreads his cheeks and he fucking dries his there's like 8 dudes standing around like
this is how we do it.
You just hit the nail on the head. There is nothing worse than a male after a workout. It's the most.
Some people have no fucking shame, bro.
It's got no shame whatsoever.
Shameless. Oh my god.
That shit's gonna be burned into my mind.
I don't know about you guys, but I walk around with a towel on me after a shower. These fucking old dudes, they're walking around the old shit, hold a conversation with you, and you're like, bro, get out of my face.
Sitting on the bench trying to tie your shoe or something, trying to conversate. Fucking dong all in your face.
Oh my god!
I mean, I did do this to one of my buddies that I hadn't seen in a while. We getting out of a movie theater and going to the restroom. And I saw him there, and I went right next to him and started peeing, and just turned my head right to him, just because I knew it was going to annoy him. And then as I walked away, I patted him on the back kind of hard. That's just me being a dick, though. But
oh my god!
I've never done it before. Other than that.
Well, I don't know about you, but that's why myself included. If they open the door, you take towels and open.
Some people, man, they just. I think things are different in other countries. The foreigners are way more open to walking around naked, that's for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. You know what's funny when they come here? Like, in Florida, there's a lot of people from England and other countries that come here. Now, in their countries, I guess topless sunbathing or whatever is, they're cool with it.
I'm actually cool with it.
So
too.
they'll come to like
for females,
and they'll just be topless, and everyone's staring at them like, "What the fuck?" that shit don't fly in America.
What about the guys who are in the stalls who are on the phone talking regular volume?
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants to hear you grunt, like sounds
like hold on.
Yo, Terrell in the comments was like, I hate using public restrooms. I used to know where all the best restrooms in Manhattan were. Yo, using the restroom in public in general was just a crazy hurdle for me to jump. But now,
dude, my wife's the same way.
Forget it, bro. Oh my god!
Yo, at work, man, I try to I have specific floors that I go to the bathroom on. I don't like being around there.
I go anywhere I can.
Yeah.
No, but sometimes I get stuck. Like one day I had to go take a shit, and then I'm running up to the 10th floor. That stall was being used. I'm like, fuck. Go to the 11th floor. That stall's being used. I'm like, fuck. Run down to 9. That fucking thing was being used. I was like, damn it. Yo, by the time I made it to floor 7, I didn't give a shit what was in there. I'm going.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of people to be in there.
No, me neither.
I don't want
to. As long as there's good AC, then I'm good to go.
Well, come on. What about those? What about the idiots that'll go to they see that there's legs, somebody's legs, so they know someone's in there, but they still got to wiggle the door to see if it's open or not.
Oh man, and then you're sitting there like a dumbass, your pants in your cheeks.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, there's somebody here.
That happened to me today. That happened to me today. The guy didn't lock the door, and then he gave me an angry look like it was my fault. And I was like, sorry, dude, these doors don't lock very well.
Oh,
He's
my
like, yeah, I pretty sure I locked it. I was like, yeah,
Well, at least he didn't smile at you when you opened it.
You guys
well,
just
it's
became
funny,
brothers.
but everyone has the same face when that happens.
Worst thing in the world is when you really got to go, like he was saying, running up and down the floors, and you have no choice now. But the stall that's available does have the locks broken.
No.
Oh man,
That's the worst thing.
How the fuck did we get on this topic?
You're sitting there with your, like,
We're
your
talking about
leg hold
insecurities in
and
public
no one
restrooms.
puts it open. No, I was going to say the same thing. Everyone's probably like, this is way off stats.
Everyone's
The
like,
great equalizer.
Superman's changing in the bathroom stall from now. He's like, there's no telephone booths left. Where do I gotta go?
Yeah.
Nowhere else to go. When's the last time you guys saw a telephone booth? They're not around anymore, right?
Oh,
They're non-existent.
in this country, I haven't seen one in at least 10 years.
Yeah. Hey, he's got to go somewhere.
I
Right?
remember somebody posted a picture on Facebook, and it said, "Did you ever wonder why we don't see Superman anymore?" And the other guy writes, "Because there's no phone booths."
Yeah. Not even just booths. They don't even have payphones anymore. Everybody's robbing them, and breaking into them. It's crazy. I mean, people lighting them on fire. Why would you light a telephone booth?
Rip the phone cord out.
It's just reckless, just vandalizing things for no reason. Would you think you're going to get the money out of there by lighting it on fire? I don't get it. Crazy people out there. It's probably just, I don't know. They became worthless. Everybody has cell phones.
Oh yeah, it's hard to even find a house phone anymore.
Mm-hmm. I don't have one.
I don't
rely on my cell phone.
It's too expensive having a house line, I think.
Yeah, no, I got one just because this is a newer area, so the cell phone service isn't amazing. You'll sometimes drop calls, so.
Do you have Wi-Fi calls?
I hate doing business, and then in the middle of the call, it gets dropped. Then you got to call back and wait on hold again. So we were like, fuck it, let's just get a landline.
Your cell phone doesn't do Wi-Fi calling?
Who, mine or who are you talking Blue?
Yeah.
Mine does.
I didn't even think about it.
I just don't use it though.
I'm not sure
unlimited
if
data
it
on.
does.
What do you have? What's your phone?
I have AT&T.
No, I mean, like, is it a iPhone or a Samsung?
I like it simply because, in my opinion, too, the house phone is much louder. Like my cell phone, I don't know. I don't know if it's an iPhone thing in general, but they're just not loud.
Yeah, technology's crazy. It's gonna be hard to keep. I don't even think pretty soon they're just gonna combine the internet bill with the phone bill. It's just gonna be one thing. So now people are just using the internet for their data and all that. So it's crazy.
Well, technically, that's kind of what it is, because the phones are actually VoIP phones, so they're not really using old school landlines. They use the internet anyway.
Right.
So that is definitely a good possibility.
Mm-hmm. It's just a way for them to bill you twice, right? Like you pay your phone bill.
Because you're paying the phone bill through your cable company, so it's the same shit anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, you get on those family plans, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have like the triple play, they call it. So
you have to have that unlimited data. It's like, I can't. Yeah. Or otherwise, they'll milk you go over. It's just craziness.
I'll forget about it if you go over. I remember
fuck around.
once years and years ago, I got a bill that was like $400 or $500, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to my fiance at the time. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And then I looked at the thing, and she was over like 300 minutes or something. I'm like, oh my god!
Like my cousin, she racked up like almost $1,000 bill in a month on my uncle's stuff, and he was just like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?" She's watching music videos or something.
My wife showed my mother-in-law, and she's on our bill, YouTube. She likes to watch church things. I mean, before I know it, she's got like racked up like 75% of her data plan in 2 days.
You have to have unlimited data if you're fucking around with YouTube and things like that.
This is last year, but yeah, I was like, dude, you need to talk to your mom. What the fuck is going on? It's like, why did you show your mom YouTube?
No, look, when you're at home, use the Wi-Fi.
She's so tech unsavvy, and it was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I know I like to watch. I mean, I watch everybody's YouTube videos on here that has a channel, and things like that just take up so much data. Especially if you're watching a video that's like 20, 30 minutes, and whatever, just sucks it all up so fast.
Oh yeah, like my favorite thing to watch is like collection room tours and stuff. Yeah. So if I see those,
I'm subscribed to everybody's channel on here.
Nice,
thanks, man.
It's like that. The two things is that and gameplays. So if there's ever a video game that I wanted to play but I never got around to it because I didn't have the time. And now it's older, I'll just go watch somebody that streams themselves playing it. And you could sit there for 4 or 5 hours watching those videos.
It's nice. Like one of the games I played, Overwatch, that you can actually export your highlights or your games right to YouTube.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
It's pretty cool. Yeah,
on my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. I don't know. It's just I'm a nerd, I guess. I just love watching anything that has to do with the things that I love when I grew up with. My girl thinks I'm a nerd, but it's better than being a douchebag.
Right? Well, that's what I always tell people.
You look at her and you're like,
if they say something, I'm like, well, I'd rather be a nerd than a drug addict or something else.
Or a wife beater.
Yeah.
It's
good fun, man. I love it, man. I love
and I
art.
think
I just love art.
What really made it special was when we started doing these chats, because beforehand it's like, I don't know about you guys, but most of my friends are not into this kind of shit.
Me neither.
So they'll just look at you if you're talking to them about a comic book movie, like they don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So to meet other people that are also collectors and into the same stuff just made it that more addicting. So
the worst is when you have your friend who was like a bigger nerd than you were when you were younger, and now he teases you, and you're like, dude, you had like 10 long boxes of comic books growing up. You have no room to talk.
Yeah.
Crazy. Some of these
actually,
old books
what was funny, man that I've been known since we were each 3 years old, he ended up giving me all his comics. He's like, I don't want these anymore. Take them. So that was pretty awesome.
That's sweet.
Like a lot of the old books that I bought when I was younger, because for some reason now a lot of them gone up in prices. I'm like buying the same books that I already have as a reading copy, so I don't mess up the books. I mean, I know I'm very good about protecting book. I put like, because if you read a comic book and you don't put gloves on, your sweat's going to go right in them. You have fingerprints, and the oils and stuff. Yeah. So, I mean, I still read the books that I have, a lot of them, but it just becomes, once they become worth a certain amount of money, it's just, I don't know. It's like your statues. You don't want to fucking play around with it too much.
And then I started getting addicted for a little while in grading the comics. But but that's a very costly endeavor. So
Yeah, I think I'm pretty accurate with grading things myself. I get a lot of CGC books, and I don't agree with what they give me back. And I'm saying, as far as I've got 9.8s, and I'm like, this isn't a 9.8. I'd say this is like a 9.4. I say sometimes they're too generous, and sometimes they're not generous enough. So it's very
yeah, because I've seen times where I'm sure they were 10s and they gave me 9.8s.
You know what you gotta do is you gotta go to your local, like a comic shop that does a lot of them. They have a deal with them, and they get them back earlier first. But more than likely, you're gonna get a better grade if you're going through a big pile through a comic shop. If you're going through a big whatchamacallit, because they get deals and they get their business.
But see, my thing is, I don't really care about the grade that they give me back because I already know what grade it is. I know what grade it is before I send it there. It's the fact that I get things that I know are like a 9.2, and they send me back a 9.6, and I start to wonder who's grading these things. Why are they giving it such a generous grade? And it goes vice versa as well. So it's just, I think that certain people just don't know what they're looking at. I get books. I have so many CGC books that are just, there's no way. I don't know if somebody's cracking open cases and switching books. I've had a few books where I'm like, there's no way this thing is a 9.8. I can see things on it that are wrong just looking at it through the case. And it's just, I just don't trust how legitimate it is, to be honest. There's too many scam artists out there.
Yeah.
Plus, the other thing I don't like is, for instance, when I have a ton of autographed comics, so I would let them in the CGC cases, but then you bring them there, and we can't do this because we didn't witness it being signed.
Yeah,
it's like, go fuck yourself. It's my comic. All I want is it in the plastic sleeve.
Like I had it was a New Mutants 98, right? I had 2 copies of them, and they were both 9.8. One copy was obviously worse than the other one. I mean, obviously, it had some cracks in the color and all that. How's it a 9.8? It has a crack in the color. How does it come back that way? It doesn't make sense. So there's just certain things, it just makes it seem a little shady to me. I could pull out a bunch of books that I have right now, and I'm going to make a video one day and show the flaws in books that are 9.8s that I know aren't 9.8s, and they say they are. And it's just because when I look at a book, if I see one flaw in it, I knock a point off, That's the way I see it. If it's got something wrong with it, there's a point right there.
Yeah, like when I go to the comic shop, I not only have gloves usually, but I'll go and flip through the whole stack to find the one book I want.
Of course, it varies on what's wrong with it exactly, how severe the thing is that's wrong with it. But I mean, something minor, like maybe it's got a little ding in one of the corners, and I'm saying that's a point off, right? And I'm very strict about grading. And I think some people, it just because it's a human, they're not robots. It's going to vary on who's grading your stuff.
Of course, definitely. If
I think
you
back
get
in the
like
day,
a hard ass, you're going to get a shitty grade. If you get a guy that doesn't really care, it's just a job to him, he's going to give you good grades.
And maybe he's buddies with the guy that the books he's grading. Who knows?
That's right. That too.
It's just, it varies. I've noticed that with so many graded books that I've gotten. It's just, it makes it so nowadays I'm like, I can't see things on it. If they don't have perfect pictures of the book that I'm buying with the grade, then I'm not getting it. You need to make like 8 pictures. I want to see each corner, because I want to grade it myself, looking at least at the exterior of it. I can't grade the interior if it's locked in a freaking case, For all I know, it's got something wrong with it in the inside. So all I can go by is what I see.
Especially now, you got to be careful because a lot of times when they put them in the cases, they're doing something wrong, and
they
gives it a prism.
It could have been a 9.8, and they messed it up on the way. Well, they can mess it up when they're putting it in the case, or maybe one little bend on it. It's not 9.8 anymore. So that's why I tried.
I literally saw. There's a guy that did a video of this. I think it's on the Comic Book Fanatics group. But the guy, I believe his name is Marky.
Oh yeah,
316 or something.
The rainbow rings, right?
Yeah, he did that, but he also had a book that he sent in to be graded They fucked the book up. He sent it back, and even though it was showed a crease in it from where they screwed it up, they still gave it the same grade that it had before they put the crease in it.
It's crazy. See, I get spooked too because I'm like, I have to send this thing in the mail. I have a lot of books that for years I went.
And you gotta wrap it in cardboard and all of that shit.
Yeah, but for years I went into comic book stores. Comic book day, you know, Wednesday was there to pick up, and I'd go through copies and find the best copies out of like 100 of them. It'd have them stacked up. I'd find the best ones, and then I get worried. All right, if I send a stack of books to you, who's to say what happens to it on the way there? I wish they had local CGC people in town so you could bring it there and get your stuff graded, get it the same day. You know, maybe even sit there and wait for them to grade it. Let me see you grade it. It's just it goes to a certain place. It's one facility. I mean, maybe they have multiple facilities, but it's just as far as I've done it, is it goes to one place, and you could bring it to your local comic book shop, send it, and have a middleman. That's just more people handling my books. And all it takes is one guy being sloppy to ruin a book that might be worth a couple $1,000, and now it's worth a couple $100 because one guy.
That's why I'll tell the guy if I'm buying a book or online, I'm like, when you ship it, put it that I got a sign for it. Because the thing that kills me is when these stupid mailmen take a book and fold it in half to shove it into your mailbox.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it sucks.
I was living in apartments this one time. We had these mailboxes, right? And they were just smaller than those. Because I always tell people, if you're going to send a poster, put it in a poster tube. Don't stick it in the little. No, not those triangle boxes, because that's not going to protect it. They'll bend those things, kick them around, whatever. So this guy, it was a hard to find poster. It was the Wolverine versus Hulk, and it was the one with like an orange border, which was very hard to find. They have the one with the white border, but there's one with an orange border. It's very hard to find, and I found a perfect copy of it. And this guy sends it to me. Mailman he can't fit it in the box, so he bends it, to get it to fit in the box. Wow. So what it does is every roll it's got creases in it. So I bring it to the office. I'm like, this guy just to fit it in the box, he bent it. I made a complaint. And what's he do? The next poster, he smashes it just to get back at like a vendetta. He's like, I'm like, oh, you want to complain to the post office? Well, I'm going to kick the shit out of your next poster. Does it 10 times worse. I go back. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I was like, this guy smashing something that somebody protected for 20-something years, doesn't give a shit, just smashes it in the freaking. It's just inconsiderate, man. It's like
that drives me nuts. And then also when they put the packages right behind your garage, right in front of your garage door, so you like back out and destroy them.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Instead of like off to the side.
I could see it. I could see it from both sides though. The mailman could say, well, maybe you should have put in something that I couldn't bend, but why? I mean, so I can see, yeah, you should put every poster in a freaking poster tube. They have poster tubes for a reason. And that's why every time I buy a poster that I think is, or that has value, I'm like, please, I'll pay the extra money. Just put it in a poster tube, 2 if you have to, double, because it's not easy to break. You're gonna have to like bust it over your knee, like, trying to break a stick. And it's just, and people put in those boxes, those things are so flimsy. All it takes is a little something and bam, your poster's ruined. Why would you be so careless for something that's been protected for over 20 years? It just doesn't make sense to me. I'll pay the extra money every time I ship anything to anybody just to make sure it gets there safe, It's just another $10, whatever it costs, It's just respect to collectors.
Like when I go to the Comic Cons, I have one of those plastic tubes for putting the posters in.
Yeah. What's a good thing too is using like PVC pipe. It's cheap. You get the PVC pipe, put it in there. Good luck. You'd have to really try to snap one of those things. And it's very obvious if they mess that up. They're like, what, you freaking broke the PVC pipe in half, And it's cheap, man. You could buy a long ass thing of PVC pipe, cut it in pieces, put your posters in there, bam, safe. It's thick. You get that thick stuff too. It's not gonna be easiest, man. Just people are careless. And when I buy a statue off somebody, I don't need something to be mint. Just let me know what's wrong with it. And don't front and act like there's nothing wrong with it. Say, oh, it's got a chip here, it's got a chip there. People, they act oblivious when you get something. Oh, somebody must have opened it and baloney. Nobody opened the statue, chipped it, and packaged it back up perfectly. And sent it to me. People know what they're doing. So when I sell something, I say, all right, this, because every statue you can find a flaw on it. What those flaws are, how bad is it? What is it? I don't have a problem with it. Nothing's perfect. I don't expect something to be perfect. But when people try to lie and say there's nothing wrong with it, and then you get it, oh, it's mint. And I can never get when collectors say something's mint, because you're not going to get a statue that's mint. It can be near mint to near mint plus, but I've had maybe 2 statues in my life that I thought were like might qualify as mint.
That's why I always write like new.
Yeah. I'm not, it's just, I just like people to be honest. That's all.
Well, the thing about CGC is they're a business, and
really,
it's kind of like a scam, because if I don't understand why people are dumb enough to even pay to go get their shit graded. Because if you have a 9.8, you have a 9.8. It doesn't matter if it's
but plastic. People need that label on there. Nobody's gonna.
Well, that's for flippers. That's for the flippers. Yeah, that's for the flippers.
That's why I keep, books that that's why I'm scared to send books, that are important to me, because I'm not trying to sell them anyway. So if I can find somebody that can grade it in front of me and do it, then
that would be awesome.
They should branch out, and have them in certain cities and expand. They're making enough money.
Isn't CGC in Florida?
I think so.
Yeah.
Can you drive the stuff there? Or it's in Tampa?
Well, I can't. I'm in Cali, but
yeah, you're in Cali. You
drop it off at cons sometimes if they have representatives.
But see, I feel a little uncomfortable dropping my stuff off, because what might happen to it on the way to CGC? Who's taking care of it? There's all kinds of variables involved.
Aren't they responsible for that though? Just take a picture.
Well, they package it in front of you.
What are you going to sue it? You might be able to sue if you have like a crate
on the show. He went when New York Comic Con when Stan Lee was there. He got the book autographed. The CGC guy was there. He took it with him, and they lost his book. They never refunded him for the book or anything.
See, that's ridiculous. In a lot of books, you might get a book that's worth a few $100s. What are you going to do? Sue some guy for a few $100s? You'll spend more money suing him than you're going to get. So it's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I just feel a little uncomfortable about books that I know, and I'm not trying to flip things. It's not worth it to me. I mean, maybe if I have 5 copies, I'll send a few copies in and, see what I get. I had a couple books that I had multiple copies. Then I feel more comfortable. But when they're books that certain books just have sentimental value to me. I'll have a story behind when I got it and how I got it.
Yeah, well, those are the ones that I grade, the stuff that means something to me.
And Joe makes a point in the chats. I mean, I do like the way they look in the slabs. They do look cool.
No, I love it. That's why I have slab books.
I got them hanging out. You can get those little dividers to hang them up too, which is kind of nice.
True.
That's why they should have like custom ones for people that don't want their shit graded. If they want like a protective case, nice looking case.
Yes, thank you. That would be perfect.
They have the frames that you can use.
An autograph book or a sketch cover or whatever they got done, and there's no way to prove who did it, and you don't want that stupid label that says this might have been signed or whatever. Just sell those cases so you can put your pieces in there and have them protected, and they don't say anything on them.
Yeah, but well, before CGC, people just used to take pictures with the artist signing their book, and picture with the artist. Like I had Jim Lee's.
Yeah, but what bothers me is it's only CGC that does that bullshit. Because the other ones like CBCS and the other company, which I'm forgetting their name, but they have a company that authenticates signatures.
Mm-hmm.
So you could send something in, and as long as it's authenticated, they write it as a real signature. But CGC won't do that unless they witness it.
I got Chris Claremont coming to this Sacktown Comic-Con this weekend. I'm thinking about having him sign a couple books. I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm trying to make time because my brother's trying to get me to go fishing, but I'm like, priorities, brother. Priority. I'm not the biggest fisher. And then Ron Lim's coming on Comic Book Day here right down the street from me, less than a mile away. So I'm going to have Ron Lim sign a few things. I don't know
That's
what I'm gonna have him sign. I have some old school posters of his. I have a print that he did, and he said he's doing commissions too. So I'm gonna see if I can get him to draw a picture of Thanos on this old. I don't know if you guys ever seen that old print. It's from like I think it's from the '90s, but it's pretty old now. It's got Silver Surfer and Galactus on it, and maybe Mephisto. They made a few thousand copies of it, and he signed it on there. But the one guy I think that's missing is Thanos. I want to have him hopefully do a commission and draw a little sketch of him on.
Cool.
Because they have all this, the space in the background. Maybe you could do it in silver or something and have him just this gauntlet up. So I'm gonna see what I can try to convince him to do. Because I missed him last year. He came last year, and I didn't realize until after it had happened. He must live. Maybe he lives around here in Sacramento. I don't know, because he was here last year and he's coming back.
It's a good possibility.
Well, this is nice. I'm surprised that we're actually getting a few people out here. Usually I have to go down south if I want to meet some people and get some autographs.
Well, now, have you ever been to San Diego Comic-Con?
No, I haven't. And it's not even that far. I mean, and it's just gotten so, I don't know. It's just, I wish I would have gone back. I went to a lot of Oakland Comic-Cons when I was a kid. I'd go every year, and because conventions were different back then. They'd give you all these autographs and books, and
right.
Now it's just such a money scheme. It's just like, what, I got to pay this guy $150 to get his autograph? It's ridiculous. It's like, come on. I understand that they give them a lump sum. It's not their fault because I guess it's somewhat their fault because they're collecting this money before they go there. But as far as the vultures go, it's these guys that rent them out and they just want to like kind of like prostitutes. They just like want to see how many Johns they can go through, get as much money as they can collect and give. I don't know.
Well, you know who honestly I think ruined it for everyone, and I'm sure you've seen this at the conventions, but you'll have these motherfuckers that come in with short boxes stacked up on a thing, wrapped, and they go to the guy to get an autograph, and they drop 30 books on
exactly
on it.
They had to, because all these snakes want to sit there and try to make money on eBay. They come there with 30 books. And
bro. This was done for the fans who wanted an autograph from their favorite comic book artist, not some scumbag who wants to flip it to make money.
Yeah, I could see it from both sides. Like, I've heard people try to talk shit about Stanley. Oh, he wanted money to give me an. Yeah, because he knows your snake ass is going to go sell it on eBay for 3 times as much. Why don't you go ask Stanley for a picture? I bet I saw this guy. He's doing a video. Dude's like, can I get a picture with you? I'm just a fan. He's like, happy to do it. He's like, yeah. He didn't charge him anything, right on the street, right? Because he's like, this guy's a fan. He just wants a picture with me. He's not going to be able to sell his picture to somebody. And and if you're such a fan, then have him, write it out to you. Say, to my best fan, your name.
You just hit the nail on the head. There was a guy. It was at one of the local smaller conventions, and he had a sign on his table. He said, any autograph that is personalized is free. If you want it with just a signature, you got to pay.
Exactly.
And I thought that was great.
Because then you're giving – it's not that these guys want to be assholes, but they don't like to look on eBay and see some dude selling his signature for a couple $100 and just –
that he just gave to you.
Who doesn't even give a fuck about him? He's like, I don't even know who this guy is, but I can make some money off.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. It's just
right.
So I see both sides of the story. It's not these guys being greedy. It's just, other people being greedy. So why shouldn't they get paid if these guys are getting paid and trying to milk them for everything?
Yo, guys, I'm about to call it a night. Have a good weekend, all right?
To Chris later,
too,
bro. Brother.
Yeah, I'm
all right, guys.
I got to get up early tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.
Later,
Peace out, brother.
But, yeah, I've seen conventions like if you go to Chiller Theater, which I used to go to when I lived in Jersey, a lot of the people there, the actors and actresses, they won't autograph it unless it's to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Personalized, And that's why, Jack Kirby was willing to draw something on it because it was personalized. And he knew I was just some kid. And I was like in awe by what he was showing me. He was like drawing things in front of me. And I never seen somebody with so much talent in my life, just showing me things and showing me because I was a little, ignorant to exactly who he was. And then I started to realize, man, this guy's the guy that actually created all these characters. He's the guy. I mean, of course, him and Stan Lee, but back then, writers fill in bubbles and stuff. So really, Jack Kirby was creating everything. He'd draw all these characters, draw the line.
I'm a huge Surfer fan, Silver Surfer, which Kirby was known for. So.
He did all I mean, he can't take credit for Spider-Man, of course, because that was Ditko. But I mean, as far as a lot of the characters go, he did all the layouts, all the way that he'd do a story with his art, and then Stan Lee would fill in a lot of it. Yeah, and that's the way it went back then. That was just the way the layouts were. So I think that Kirby deserved a lot more credit than people give him, you know. And it just
I'm sure if he was still alive, he'd be getting more credit.
Yeah, but I'm glad to see his name on everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'd see him in some of those cameos in the movies as well. It was a shame he died.
Yeah, it was a great experience, man. I'll never forget it. I got to meet McFarlane. There's so many conventions down there in the Bay Area, in Oakland and San Francisco. I got to meet a lot of artists back then.
Yeah, I met McFarlane too. He was very nice.
Yeah,
to all the
I've heard people say he was a straight dick and all that, but he wasn't like that back then. Maybe he just got tired.
Well, see, what I don't get is people say this, right? But I witnessed 2 years ago. It was at New York Comic Con. And he had this huge line going on. And the place was getting ready to close. They were shutting the lights off. And they were telling people, okay, you got to go. And people are arguing with the staff and saying, look, I've been waiting online for 6 hours. You can't, it's not right for you to make me go without getting my autograph. And they're like, oh, you could come back tomorrow. And people are like, no, we don't have tickets for tomorrow or whatever. So Todd McFarlane literally told his staff, round up all the people. He had them follow him outside. And on his own time, he sat outside and made sure everyone who was on that line got an autograph.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember when Spawn first came out, there was a guy, he'd drive around his Spawn in the Spawn mobile. And that's what really got me into comics. When I was about 8 years old, a comic book store opened up literally across the street from me. I was on the second floor and I could see everything that was going on with the comic book store all the time. And I just woke up this morning, I hear it was like freaking hot rod just smashing, just lighting up the whole neighborhood. I look out, I'm like, what the fuck is that? This Spawn mobile just, it was sick, man. I went out there, got my autograph. See, I wonder sometimes this day, was that Todd McFarlane dressing up as Spawn? I wonder who that was signing those autographs. I'll never know, you know, some dude dressed as Spawn in a Spawn mobile. But it was just, things back then were just so much more personable and just people, you know, it wasn't all about money. There wasn't the internet to sell all your shit on. eBay wasn't even around yet. It was just, you know, everything's become a money scheme these days. Everybody just is greedy. It's not the way it used to be. You don't get autographed books when you go to the Comic-Con for free. You don't get these big packages. It was just, and it would be like $10 to get in. Kids would get in for free, you know. It was just a great experience. I got to meet Clive Barker and all the guys.
Yeah, well, that was for anyone who knows, the first day, Thursday, that was the reason you wanted to go on that Thursday, even though it was only a couple of hours, because all of the free stuff, you were the first one to get access to it.
Yeah.
So all the other days, there would just be lines of comic book writers, artists, and all you had to do was go online to get an autograph. You didn't have to pay them $20, $30, $40, $50 for a friggin' signature.
Yeah, and they had time to, you know, talk to you and
talk to you. Yeah,
it was crazy. It's like times have changed, man. And I can't blame the artists and completely, because it's these guys just trying to make the most money off the guys that they paid. And I just think that, you know, maybe these guys should work on commission, and whatever they sign, they get a percentage of, because then it's up to them how, you know, fast they want to push guys.
Well, the whole thing in general is nuts, because just take, for instance, we went the year that The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword was coming out. And at New York Comic Con, they also have video game booths and stuff. So me and my friend, we waited like 4 hours online to play the game. And after you played the game, you got an exclusive T-shirt for the show. Literally not 2 minutes after the booth opened and people started getting their shirts, you saw them online already listed for sale. And you're like, what the fuck has this come to? The people that really want the stuff can't get it because the flippers and the scalpers are there at the minute the place opens so they can steal up all the shit to sell it online.
Yeah. It's crazy. The internet, man, it's ruined everything.
Pretty much. It has its pluses, but it has its minuses as well.
I think it's more minuses than pluses, in my opinion, as far as with collectibles.
Yeah, well, collectibles.
I mean, I guess
the only good thing
easily accessible now, but is that
the
helping?
good thing is stuff like this, where collectors get together and talk about shit. So that's a positive for it. But the negative is, yes, eBay's got its good things. Is you could buy something maybe you couldn't get a hold of. But the problem is it started off as that cool medium where you could get something you couldn't get a hold of at a good price. And now it's just become everyone gets something, immediately thinks it's worth a fortune, and puts it up at 2 or 3 times the price that they paid for it. It's gotten out of hand.
Yeah. The hype. Everybody
get out of here, man.
off the hype.
Catch you guys later, all right?
All right, man. I'm about to shut it down. So, everyone, we want to thank you for joining. I want to throw it out there. Stay tuned next week. There's going to be something added to the giveaway, and it's going to be something big as long as everything works out. So be prepared for that. I'll let everyone know once everything's taken care of. But again, we appreciate everyone that watches, everyone that comments, everyone in the chat room that lets us know. And just know that as soon as I'm back in my normal place to do everything, it's easier for me to read the chats, because when I'm on the laptop, it's impossible. So don't think we're ignoring you. It'll get back to normal once they're on. But I'll see you guys next week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Peace.
Thanks for your time, fellas. Have a good night.
Later.